Hi, every week we are going to be talking about collaboration. We're going to talk about what it looks like, what it has looked like in the past, and how it's going to look just a little bit different when we add the technology piece into it. So what is collaboration? Simply when you work with others to create something. So what is collaboration? When you work with a group of people to create one product. While you were in your college classes learning to be a teacher, you would probably have to work with other people to create a group project. As you have been going through your career, maybe you've had to work with students to collaborate to create something. Maybe you've had to work with teammates. Maybe you've had a challenge with a child and you needed to find a way to help them, so you had to work with other resource teachers within your building to find the best skill to do it. Maybe an administrator wanted to work with you on a project. Maybe there are other people in the building that you knew that maybe you were doing a lesson, and if you included art or music, you can work with those specials teachers. So collaboration in any sense of the form is just working with a group of people to create a product. So if I'm looking at collaboration through the eyes of a student, and I'm going to work on a group project, most students are going to get excited, look around the room and try and figure out who the groups are. Sometimes they get to pick their own groups. Majority of the time, teachers said, I've already got your groups picked out for you, and you pair the groups. Most likely, depending on different ability levels, maybe you'll have one outspoken person, a quieter person, a leader, a follower, a creative person, an organized person. Pair them all up. They will be able to talk about ideas. They will have different ideas that they will share. And a lot of the times when they start talking and they get comfortable, the sense of fear of what if my idea isn't good enough starts drifting away. And they are great creatures for that, and we can learn so much from that. So we are going to look at that collaboration through the eyes of our students in the world of technology. Collaboration for teachers. This can often be a little bit hairier because there needs to be a sense of that you're in a safe environment. You need to have direction in what it looks like, and there has to be some open-mindedness going on and acceptance of others' ideas. So this one can get a little hairy. Usually you'll collab with grade levels. All first grade teachers work together, all ninth grade teachers work together. You might collaborate with departments. All the specials teachers in one spot, all of the GT teachers in another spot. Sometimes you'll collaborate with your entire school, say those in-service meetings you have to go to. But what about cross-grade level meetings? Do you ever collaborate with someone who's above or below a different grade than you? If I have a student who is excelling in my current grade and I need more work, I need ideas to keep him moving forward, do I go up a grade and say, all right, guide me to the best way to handle this child? What about mixed department meetings? What if I am working on that great project and I want to pull in some artwork? Do I talk to the art teacher? Do I have the music teacher say, I want my students to create a rap? Could you maybe come in and talk to them about some musical ideas to help them create that? What kind of things do we do? Collaboration through professionals can be a fabulous tool because every professional has so much to add to the growth of a child, as long as we're open-minded to it. Continuing with collaboration, this leads me into a PLN, and this seems to be a pretty new term in the last couple years, and it's simply your professional learning network. Who do you turn to get help? Is your PLN in your building? All it is who do you respect? Who is in your field that when you need help, you can go to them for help? When you get stuck on something, you know that this person, this location, this book, this website will always have an answer to guide you. So let's talk about different places that you can find them. Hopefully you're in a building that you can walk down the hall and you can say, I'm stuck, I need some help. I've got this great lesson idea, I'm not sure how to organize it, and there are professionals that you work with that will help you. Hopefully you're in a district or a county where even if the help you need is not in your building, you know that there are people within your county that will guide you. Maybe there's a department head that always gives you great websites. Maybe there's another technology person that will give you different ideas or give you a different perspective than the one that you currently work with. Conferences are a fabulous place to find PLNs. You show up at a conference and you are surrounded by everybody else with the same exact passion who wants to talk about it and learn about it. And when that happens, connect with them on social media. Get their information. Follow them if they have a blog. Always, you'd be surprised at how many people will respond to your help, even only meeting them once, saying, I met you a year ago, you said if I needed help I can, I need something. Look on Twitter and you'll see various posts that say, I'm looking for ideas about whatever topic, and people will respond. You have all created a PLN in this course. There's many of you who have shared resources, who have made comments in your forums about things that you've learned from one another, or you've questioned, I've seen that site, how do you use it? What do you do with it? How do you apply it to different ones? There's people in this course who have seen that a high school teacher has found a site and seen how that site can actually be applied to their younger grade, or you've just continued the conversation on your own, which has been fabulous. So, we've discussed what collaboration is and how you've used it in your classroom. We've discussed a professional learning network and what's out there. But how do you use them? So you've used these tools, these people in the past for your traditional lessons that you've been using. Now you want to take the next step forward. Now you want to take the skills that you have and the ideas that you have, and you want to add the technology piece. What do you do? So you set up an appointment to meet with technology person and you say, I need help. Hopefully they're going to say, give me some guidance. So on this slide here, you'll see that here are some ideas of how to get going. So if you meet with them, you want to start with the goal. When we're done talking, I need an idea of how to use this lesson. I want my kids to create a video about this, but I don't know how to begin. Can you help me come up with a daily plan? Can you help me with the sites? Can you come into my room and teach my students how to use this site? What do I need to do to get started? You want to make sure that you take notes. Take as many notes as you absolutely can, because it can get overwhelming when you start hearing all of the steps. And then when it gets overwhelming, you need to ask the questions over and over. Could you tell me one more time? Could you explain that one more time? You have to keep in mind that if you are going to be collaborating with a technology trainer in your school, you are becoming the student, and it's okay to ask the questions. They are there for you. You can always ask them to observe your class. Do you want them to come in and just watch? Do you want them, what role do you want to play in with their lesson? There are times that, especially with the upper grades in my building, that the teachers will create wonderful lessons for their students, and I'll say, I'll just come in and be your extra hands. You tell me what you want me to do, and I just walk around. If a kid has a question, I'm the one that goes around and answers the question while the teacher is guiding the students as to what they need to do. Now, the last two things are often overlooked, and they should not be overlooked. You want to go back and you want to review what was gained. What did you learn from the lesson? What did you not learn from the lesson? What challenges did you have with the lesson? How do you improve the lesson? What tips can you give me about the lesson? And you have to be open to the constructive criticism. Know that they are there to help you. And finally, you want to celebrate what you accomplished. So many times I hear, I'm just not good at technology. Oh, that was so bad. I couldn't have done it without you. But they could have. They can do it. And the thing is, they don't have to do it without you, because the technology trainer is there for you. In thinking of an example of a PLN, so you've got your in-house PLN, but then before I spoke about the social media. Now, fortunate that I've got, through different things I've done, my PLN PLN actually spans parts of the world, and it's pretty wild. You've got different video conferencing software that can be used that will still pull those people in. So I've got a friend in Texas who's very good at gamification. And if I need help, I know I can call her, I can have her video chat with me, and we can work through different things. We can collaborate through different software on the computer and create a lesson together. It doesn't have to be somebody that is face-to-face. There are so many ways that people can help you. So this brings up to our forum. Our forum this week is going to be pulling in all of your collaboration. I want you to find somebody to work with this week. Find someone to take a lesson that you have and help you add technology to that lesson. And then I just want you to write a summary. Who did you choose to work with? Was it another teacher? Was it an administrator? Was it who else in your building? Where else did you find that technology support? What were you hoping to improve in your current lesson? Did you notice a change in your lesson? What about the student engagement? I think that piece is the most notable one, the one that makes the biggest difference, that when I turn on that interactive whiteboard, even the quietest child now has a voice and they're involved in it. When I give my students robotic tools to work with, the kid that's a little bit quirky is all of a sudden the leader because he knows about this. He gets it. He can do it. And the other students see him in a different way. Does your class get louder? Does it get quieter? What happens when you add that technology to the classroom, when you collaborate? So then, was there a time in your lesson when it was okay to not know all the technology answers? I think this is the biggest piece, and I hope this is one of your big takeaways from this course, is that it's okay to not know everything. Your job is to guide them. Your job is not to give them the answers, but to give them the questions and the tools to find the answers. And finally, did you follow up with your technology resource to discuss what was fabulous about your lesson? So, in a quick review, you're going to come do a lesson that you're working with this week. Find somebody to collaborate with to add a technology piece to that lesson and write a review of how that lesson went. If you have any questions, please email me. I am here to help you.